Alright, so it's about 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning and I'm already up and awake. So that can only mean one thing. It's time to go to a yarn fair. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and this here is my craft corner. Today I really wanted to take you along on the Breidagen in Zwolle. And the Breidagen are a big 2-day yarn fair, and today is Saturday, which is the second day and last day of the yarn fair, and I'm going with my mom and my dad. And yeah, I really wanted to take you along, but first I kind of wanted to set some maybe boundaries for myself, not really rules, but just maybe more guidelines, because as you might remember, I am on a low buying spree for the rest of the year, and a yarn fair obviously is a big temptation for me when it comes to buying yarn. So I really don't want to walk home with lots and lots of beautiful yarn, because that would be such a shame. No, but really, I can't be buying that much yarn right now. So yeah, some guidelines for me. Things that I'm allowed to walk home with are, first of all, buttons for my cardigan. I really still need buttons for my Edgar cardigan. I need buttons of about 20 millimeter in circumference. So I need 3 of those, and then I don't really need anything else, but I kind of told myself that I'm allowed to buy 1 or maybe 2 skeins for sock projects, and then as a bigger purchase I might allow myself to buy 1 sweater quantity of yarn. And that's obviously a lot of yarn. It's very expensive. So I'm looking at DK weight for a sweater number 15 in some really nice pastel colors. Probably, well, maybe hand-dyed yarn. That would be really nice, but very expensive, obviously. So maybe I'll allow myself to walk home with some hand-dyed yarn for a sweater. So yeah, that's the hope. If I really fall in love with something, I might even allow myself to buy 1 top quantity, like summer top quantity. But I first have to discuss with myself what I want to make with it. So yeah, that's the guidelines. 1 or 2 sock projects. I'm not really too strict on that because I know that I like making socks. I have my 52 weeks of socks, so I have lots of patterns that I really want to work through. And I currently have, apart from the project that I'm currently working on, I have 2 more sock quantities of yarn. So I'm not too strict on that because I know that I will knit those socks up pretty quickly after I buy the yarn. So 1 or 2 sock quantities, then 1 sweater quantity if I really fall in love with it and it's for sweater number 15, and then 1 summer top quantity if I really if I really fall in love with it and if I know what I will be making with it. So that's my guidelines. I'm really excited. We just got out of the shower. I still have to have breakfast, and then in about half an hour I'll be leaving to the train station, and then meeting my parents at a train stop. My dad has kindly offered to drive us to the Breidagen, so that's really nice. So yeah, I can't wait to take you along with me. So let's go. So it took me about 2 hours to get there, which wasn't too bad. It's a long drive, obviously, but I was with my parents for most of it. And in the car, I actually already acquired yarn, which obviously wasn't the plan, but I'll tell you more about that later in the end of the vlog. So then we entered the building and immediate overload of yarn everywhere. There's people everywhere, there's yarn everywhere. Most of it was hand dyed, so it was all very pretty and beautiful, and yeah. It's just a lot, lots of people, lots of yarn, lots of people in self-made clothes, lots of hand-dyed yarn, very pretty hand-dyed yarn. So yeah, I just didn't really know where to look. I didn't really want to buy stuff straight away, so I just really wanted to do a lap first of all the stalls. There were 60 stalls there, so it was a lot. And yeah, so I just really first wanted to get a lay of the land and then go back and buy stuff, but it obviously didn't really turn out that well, because then you find pretty yarn and you want to buy it straight away because otherwise it's gone. This stall in particular had very beautiful yarns. I was really debating on whether I should get these blue ones at the top corner, but I eventually went against it, and this is me with 8 skeins of yarn. Yeah, but it was just a lot. There are so many nice shop owners, so many nice small shops, so many notions as well. It was not just yarn, it was also notions, and I even saw spindles. This was very pretty because it had like black speckles in it, which is very interesting. And they also had a lot of books. And I did end up finding Kutuva Kika's new book, Knit This. I was really excited to get a peek inside there. It's a very, very pretty book. I really liked that it was hardcover, but I did not end up getting it, unfortunately. But they again also had very nice hand-dyed yarn. I really was on the fence on whether or not I should get this alpaca crochet set. And I almost did it, but then I remembered I don't even know how to crochet, so that helped. Then the wool fair was very tempting, obviously, because it's all very nice hand-dyed yarn. Almost everything is sock yarn, so you really just need one skein for a project. And wool fair actually was relatively inexpensive to the other stalls. Of course, the hand-dyed yarn is more expensive than commercially buy yarn, but wool fair was relatively cheap, so I was really tempted to just buy a lot there. But I kind of held myself in there, which is great, which is an accomplishment. So yeah, there was just so much yarn there. There was so much, and I really had a hard time deciding what I should get, how much I should get, and if I should get everything that I really wanted. And it's currently the next day, so we're back home, and I have a haul to show you. So let me just get it out real quick. So as I've already mentioned, I did not go home empty-handed. There's a lot in my hands right now. I'll show you real quick. This is the damage that we did here. It's a lot, and yeah, let me talk you through it. So as I mentioned, I actually already acquired yarn when in the car going to the Breidagen, which obviously wasn't the plan. So my grandma had previously bought some acrylic yarn to make a scarf, I guess, but she never really got around to it, and now she doesn't really knit anymore. So she gave it to my mom to give it to me, and it's a lot of these very big gray balls of yarn. It actually I thought it was really nice. It came with the labels still, and there are some very somewhat vintage looking older pictures. This is actually the scarf or caul, I think, that my grandma was planning on making, and it comes with a pattern. The pattern is like 10 lines. That's the entire pattern. So I don't know for sure what I will be making with it, but I think I'll just be making the cowl of the pattern. I have about 4 of these, I think, and 2 should be enough, but I don't know if this is one skein or a partial skein. I don't know what my grandma did, because it's not, everything is an equal size. There's like really tiny ones, so I have to weigh it and figure out what I have here. But maybe it would be nice to make the cowl that it was intended to be, because I don't really have any other inspiration for the acrylic yarn. Yeah, that was the first haul part, which, well, I didn't pay for it, so that's nice. It was free yarn, but it's also a lot of yarn to add to my stash, and I was trying to de-stash. But it's fine. I thought it was really kind of my grandma to think of me when getting rid of her yarn, and I really like that I have it. She also came across many of my older projects that I made when I was in elementary school, when she would babysit me and teach me how to knit. So she had a lot of my older projects, and my mom currently has them, and she's planning to bring them over soon. So I'm really excited to get a look at them, and yeah, I think I will show them to you. I think it would make a kind of a nice video to just go through my old projects with you guys. But back to the video. Back to the next things that I got, which, let me just start with this. And you've already seen this yarn because I was kind of holding it in a panic. But this blue yarn, I've got 8 skeins of this. It's actually a lighter blue in person than it is here. It shows up as a more rich color. But I got this at Holland Creatief. This is the label. And yeah, it's 100% fine Peruvian Highland wool in needle size 4 to 5 millimeters. It's a hand wash. And it's really soft. And this will become my sweater number 15. I'm really excited to get that started once I get around knitting my other sweaters that I have yarn for. This is very soft and very nice, and I think the color looks quite good on me. I'm really excited. So this was my one sweater project. If you remember, I had 1 sweater quantity that I was allowed to buy, 2 sock quantities, and 1 sour top quantity if I'm really in love with the yarn. So that was the plan. And this is the result. I have 1 sweater quantity, so I did good with that. So yeah, I kept myself in check for that one. I had this one, put it over here. Then we have a couple more things. This is from Twee Steekjes Los. And I bought 3 skeins with this yarn. It's a really nice gray-brown combination. It's a Lana Grossa Meidenwijd Merino hand-dyed yarn in the colorway Chai, or I think that's the colorway. And it is a sock yarn. It's 80% merino, 20% polyamide. It is machine washable, which is great. And this will become the camisole number 6. And maybe if I have yarn left over, the shorts number 1. I did calculations and it should be enough, but I also could have miscalculated and it's not enough. So we'll see, but this, I just thought it was really pretty. Yeah, it's less soft than the other yarn that I got, the sweater yarn, but it's still quite soft and nice. That was my summer top quantity, and I did only buy 1 summer top quantity, so that's great. Then we have the Outtro wool base with more hand-dyed yarn. I got this green sock yarn. I really liked the different colors of green that this had. I'm really excited to cake this up and see what it looks like. So this is 75% merino and 25%, I can't really read it, but I think it would be like nylon then. It's behind the sticker, so I'd have to take off the sticker. And the colorway is variegated moss green. Half the information is behind the sticker, so I can't really tell you much about that. Yeah, I really liked the green, and I think this would make a very nice sock. I don't have the patterns for socks picked out yet, because there are 52 sock patterns in the 52 weeks of sock book. And I don't know yet which ones I would love to knit up first, because I think they're all very pretty. So maybe having the yarn would prompt me to look at fitting patterns. But yeah, this is the first sock quantity that I got. And I think it's really, really pretty. Then, I obviously couldn't contain myself in the wool met verve stand, so I did get sock yarn there. It's this very fiery orange red color, and I really fell in love with this. It is 75% superwash virgin wool and 25% nylon. It is machine washable in cold water. It's hand dyed in the Netherlands. And I think it's really, really pretty. It's very fiery color. So I'm really excited to find a fitting pattern for this. It's obviously 2 sock quantities, but I have more. So kind of went overboard with that one, because one of the stands had a mystery sock bag with 2 sock quantities for not really that expensive. It's all commercially dyed yarn, but I obviously had to get it. It came in this really nice lana grossa bag, but the yarns are not lana grossa. So I was very tempted to get it, and I got it. I got the last one they had. And in it was this Lang Yarns Happy Dots Super Socks. It's very nice speckles. And this is the pattern that it will turn out to be. This is yarn that I would not have picked out myself, with all the speckles going on. But now that I have it, I'm really happy with it, and I'm really excited to see what it will turn out to be. Yeah, I'm really happy with this yarn, and I think this would make a really nice sock. I saw that this had the Trace Your Yarn QR code, and I haven't checked it out yet, but I saw that someone else had a Trace Your Yarn QR code, and it told them everything about the yarn. So I'm really excited to check this out. Yeah, I haven't worked with this yarn yet, so it will also be a nice way of me to get to know more yarns. that I wouldn't really have picked up myself. So that was the first sock quantity. And then I also got these two. The onion nettle sock yarn, which is 70% wool, 30% nettle fibers. And I have not worked with onion nettle yarn yet, but I did see it in store and I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to check it out, but I never really got around to checking it out. So now that I have it, it's very nice. I saw that one strand had this white in it, and I haven't really found it anywhere else in the skein or in the other skein. So I don't know what that's about, but either way, I'm very excited to check these out and to make more socks with these. So I now have 4 sock quantities, which is a bit much. I went a bit overboard there, but I know that I do knit socks, and I know that I do like knitting socks, and I really want to try the lace patterns, especially in the 52 weeks of sock book. So I know that I will be working with this yarn. So I'm really excited to get to do that. So that's everything that I bought. Then I also have yarn from my mother here. She gave me some of her yarn to take home with me to wind up in cakes, because I have a yarn winder and she doesn't, and she bought some yarn that needs to be wound up. So my mom also bought at the Twee Steekjes Los. She had this very pretty skein in the Maula colorway, and almost went all over the table. This very pretty skein. I'm really jealous of this one. This is in the Sarsen colorway. This one I saw had some neon speckles, which is very surprising and very cute. And I can't wait to see what she makes with these ones, but I first have to wind them up. And then she also got 2 skeins of this yarn. This one she got at the Wat Wolly stand, and it doesn't have any information on it. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they are, but they are very pretty hand-dyed yarn. So I will be winding these up for her, and I can't wait to see what she'll make of them. But yeah, that's all the yarn that my mom and I got. Well, my mom got more yarn, but this is the yarn that she gave me to wind up for her. So yeah, it was a very, very nice day out. Not for my wallet though, but it was very nice to see so much yarn. It was very overwhelming. I was very tired when I got home. Yeah, I really liked taking you guys along to the Breidagen. And I'll be winding up some cakes in the next few days, I think. And if you liked coming along with me, please consider leaving a like to the video. And please consider following me if you want to see what I make out of all this yarn. And if I'll ever get around to destashing everything. And yeah, I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye!